Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Christina. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to another reaction to a Park Lane Instagram Live. I spoke about Park Lane last year, it's been a while, and in that Instagram Live, another top distributor in the company tried to sell us on Park Lane by stating that Park Lane has been on the market now for decades, and it is a generational ground floor opportunity. And I thought to myself, wow, that is really creative. Kudos to you if you're able to come up with that stuff. But it's also super deceptive, so I will keep an eye out for Park Lane. And today I'm going to react to another Instagram Live from another top distributor within the company. Park Lane sells jewelry. It is a multi-level marketing company. There's a hun, and the hun is on an Instagram Live, and I will take a look what the video is about. This will be a cold react because I recorded this Instagram Live a while ago, but I don't remember it anymore. Only the caption says that this is this distributor's favorite story to tell, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to that Park Lane distributor's favorite story to tell. I am cat-sitting my niece's cats again. The boys are back. They will be with me for 2 weeks. We had a bit of a rough beginning because one of them was not too happy he was here, but now they're situated here, they're located here, they're happy, they're thriving, so you might hear them play or fight. Somebody might be jumping on furniture and off furniture. One of them is also sometimes walking across the desk, so if there's weird noise happening, if the audio is not great, if the video is not great, I'm going to blame it on the cats because I can. I'm going to blame it on the cats and not on my inability to produce content. I'm totally joking, but then also not, because if they mess something up, I'm going to call that out as well. But anywho, the cats might show up, you might hear them. I'm excited, I'm thrilled they're here. They might also have little furry guest appearances in some of the other videos. We will see. But that was a lengthy intro for me to say, let's start with a Park Lane Instagram Live, and let's react to this together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me see, I have to get live in a couple other places. I think we're almost ready to go. Saturday morning, so excited to be here. Yes, here we go. Okay, so we are in a couple places right now. I am so excited to be here this morning because I like to tell stories. And if I'm looking at this camera and looking differently at that camera, it's because I've got a couple different cameras in here right now. I mean, really fancy technology over here.
That sounds quite stressful, to be honest, and a lot of distributors do that they stream at the same time on different apps, on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook. But that is also rather weird because if you don't really focus on one camera, it would be like me talking to this camera all the time or to that camera or to that camera. It is quite strange because you don't have that personal connection that you pretend you have when looking at a camera. I mean, I'm looking at a camera. I'm not actually talking to you, of course. That would be so distractive. Don't you think? I always find it weird when somebody is filming for social media, but then is looking the other way and is always talking like this because you're talking to Instagram Live now, but you're not talking to your Facebook Live. I find it distracting.
So those of you who don't know me, my name is Sally Neff. I am a mother of 2. I run a Park Lane business. I'm a leader in direct sales, and I absolutely love my job. I have been in direct sales since 2011. My family and I moved to California, and I fell into my first company in direct sales. And I loved that experience. It was amazing. I figured out there was a part of me that wanted so much more, and my skill set really aligned with the opportunity in direct sales. I have a master's in school counseling. I was a teacher for a decade, and what I love doing, my true passion, is helping people overcome obstacles, helping other people believe in themselves, helping other people walk through fear, and that's essentially what I did as a teacher. I guided children, I taught children, and I taught them truly how to believe in themselves. And I think many times in life, fear is what holds everyone back. The opinions and thoughts of others. And that was a gift that I learned at a very young age to be able to overcome. And that skill set then gave me the opportunity to find a business model that matched the heartbeat within myself. Jewelry is something that I fell into. I've always loved fashion. Where I went to college, there was not a fashion degree. It was a small liberal arts private college in Kentucky. And fashion you weren't there for fashion. So I've always enjoyed fashion. I've always loved fashion. So I fell into a jewelry company. And like I said, I loved my time there. I was there for 8 years, and I built very quickly a small team that was always breaking records, top of the charts. And there were problems. There were problems that were happening. Leaders on my team, stylists on my team, people weren't earning income. People were having a really hard time. It was a party plan. People were having a very hard time booking parties. And it was just kind of problem after problem after problem. The company, I noticed there were huge issues within the company, things that I was aware of that didn't align with me, and I was making a choice to leave direct sales. Like, I was leaving, was done with it.
It sounds like she was in paparazzi before. I'm also a jewelry MLM, and yes, paparazzi is a shit show. But unfortunately, she ended back in MLMs. And if you know anything about multi-level marketing, the products are really just a sideshow. So you could be interested in something, but it's not really about selling the product. Multi-level marketing companies always have one rank or two ranks, typically the lower ranks, where you can just sell product and make commission. But if you really want to be successful in the realms of multi-level marketing, you need to build a team. And the products the companies sell, they're just a tool for legal reasons so that they don't get shut down, because it is actually about recruitment and not about the sales of the product, but also to keep the distributors interested and happy within the company, I would say, because you have the products and because the distributors are the best customers as well. But it is not necessarily about the product, and I don't disagree with paparazzi being super horrible if that's the MLM she's talking about, because paparazzi is really, yes, together with LuLaRoe, they seem to be one of the messiest. They had to restructure multiple times and also had to offer buyback options. Then they took that away again. It sounds very, very messy, and I do understand that some people are not happy with the MLM they were before, but it is also a myth to believe that you will be happier in another MLM because they have other products and because the people are better and because they're not that greedy and because it aligns more with your own values, because at the core, all MLMs are the same. I do believe as well that it is super helpful if you're surrounded by people you actually like, if they're not that horrible, if they're not that greedy, if they're not that catty, which must be a really, really bad environment, specifically in paparazzi. But it's still the same system. So people switching from one MLM to another, they're not really switching out the business model.
Had a couple friends who knew my gifts, and they really encouraged me to stay in the industry, to take an opportunity with Park Lane. I was not going to join Park Lane. That was not on the plan. And I think sometimes, I can be stubborn, and luckily I have friends who know my personality, so they know that I was being stubborn, and they stuck with it, and they kept encouraging me to talk to the company, and I was like, you guys, I'm going out on top, I'm finished. So I ended up having a meeting, took the information in, and that was 4 years ago, and it was a decision that changed my life and changed the life of many people. So within 4 years, the team that I lead is called the Lighthouse, and the light is something that is very important to me. I think that people can choose every single day if they are going to be a light bringer, if they're going to walk into a room and that they are going to bring an energy with them that people gravitate to, an energy that, is positive. Not that everything's perfect, but you have a choice every single day in how you look at things. And I tell my team all the time.
That sounds all great. And once again, I don't disagree with that to have a positive attitude overall on life, and you don't neglect that some things are simply not great in life, and you can also acknowledge that in your personal life is super important and is very valuable. But she had a meeting with Park Lane 4 years ago and then decided to join. And that already tells me that she is not really talking about the typical distributors rags to riches story, because she was already considered very important in the eyes of Park Lane. If you are a normal distributor, you have 3 people on your social media who follow you, you have a normal friend circle, you don't have any prior experience in multi-level marketing, then you will not be invited by the company to have a meeting with them. That is something that typically happens if you have a team of people and the company and other distributors that will encourage you to stay in network marketing if they hope that you will be able to join and to bring a big team with you. So that is not a normal, I'm starting my MLM business today and I'm running my own business today, which I'm not. You're joining a company as a salesperson. This is somebody who already had a big team, and that is why she was able to be on meetings with Park Lane. That is an experience most people won't have if they join an MLM and if they join Park Lane.
When I first joined Park Lane, my mission was to stand tall, shine my light, not chase people. Lighthouses do not go chasing boats all over an ocean. They stand there shining and they guide the way. And that has been the prayer over this team. It is what my anchor is. And my prayer for this entire organization has always been that when they walk into a space, people want to know what's different about them. They're different. And it's because of the trading of the mindset. Mindset is huge in this business. It's huge in life in general. It's huge with my children. It's huge in how I guide my life. That has anchored a lot to my faith. And
that is where the culty part starts. I hate to break it to you, but when you join an MLM, you will have to chase people. It is icky, it is not great, it's very salesy, it is very much crossing a lot of boundaries, but people will not approach you and say, you shine such a beautiful light, you look like a lighthouse. I want to join your team and I want to understand and I want to know what you're doing. That is a very privileged situation, I think, from somebody who already had a team. Once again, not a reality for most people.
I believe that the people who have joined the Lighthouse, the team that I lead, it's no mistake. It's no mistake that they're part of this team. And it's crazy. When I look at these numbers, I look at, where I could have just said, enough, I'm not doing this anymore. In 4 years, $18 million has been sold by this team. $18 million. This is during, this team was built during COVID. So in the year of 2020 to 2021, that was really our first year. The team did $800,000 in sales. Amazing. Second year, 4.5 million. Next year, 6.2 million. Next year, 6.5 million. And it is something that I am so incredibly honored to lead. It is a gift to have this team together. They were amazing. I did some numbers and I looked to see how many people in this past year sold over $10,000. Total sales over $10,000. Because I look at, if you sell $10,000, stylists are making 30%. That is the base level 30%. You can earn up to 45%. Over 140 people. So the 140 people who made more than $3,000 base. I have people on my team who are earning multiple 6 figures. I have people who are going part-time with their jobs. They're staying home with their children. I have people who earn a couple $100s a month. I have a couple people, I have people who earn a couple $100s a month. I have team members who earn $1,000s a month. I have team members who are earning over, multiple $1,000s a month. And it is truly an opportunity that I think needs to be talked about so much more than what I do. The company, Park Lane Jewelry, has been around for 68 years. It is a family-owned business in Park Lane. If you have been in direct sales, if you have been with network marketing, anything within that profession, your experience is recognized. That is something that is super unique for Park Lane. They recognize and honor industry experience. So if you have led a team of any size, you can chat with me. You can chat with one of our national directors. It's not it is an interview. It's an interview. It's basically looking at your experience, seeing if you would be a fit for Park Lane. Not everyone is a fit for Park Lane. Not everyone is a fit for this team. But there are a lot of people who are. And there are a lot of people whose lives have changed because of this opportunity.
That sounds all great. And also the numbers you mentioned before, like 140 people were able to make $3,000 over the course of a year, I suspect. How many people are on that team? And all of that is before taxes, before expenses, so you will have to work a lot to be able to sell and to recruit, to get the commission. It sounds better than it is, I would say, because you have to put a lot of work into these parties, into digitally connecting with people or in person talking to people. How many people are on this team? This is somebody who had contact with the corporate side to have a discussion before she joined Park Lane. Once again, my suspicion is this is somebody who already had a big team in the MLM she was before. That is not the normal treatment every distributor will have. And she says, you know what, if you're interested in this, Park Lane recognizes everybody's success. If you want to join with your team, let's chat, let's have an interview, no matter how big or how small your team is, but you have to have a team. Park Lane is notorious, from what I can see, to pitch to people who are already established in multi-level marketing companies and therefore are able to join an already 68-year-old multi-level marketing company with an existing team. 140 something people on her team allegedly were able to make about $3,000 per year. How much has the majority of the people on this team made? That's what I would like to know.
And we hear that often, but there are a lot of companies right now that are struggling. There are companies that are closing. There are companies that are not. I chatted with a girl the other day. Her company closed. They filed bankruptcy. She placed her last order. She placed her customer order. Nothing was sent to her. She has customers who are not having products fulfilled. She has not received her money back. It's like bankruptcy, game over. And so I think it's really important that stories are shared of things that are working. And I look at what was so interesting to me about Park Lane and why I made this choice 4 years ago. First of all, product. I love jewelry. Jewelry is something that is so easy. It is simple. It is easy to transport. It's easy to share on the go. It's easy to have conversations about. And when I say it's easy to have conversations about, people are constantly complimenting other people on their jewelry. Jewelry is something that is drawn to the eye. People see it. They're like, oh my gosh, I love your earrings. I love your bracelets. I don't know how to do that. I love your necklace. And it is an easy conversation starter. It's not something that people have to think a long time about purchasing. It's super fun. And essentially what you are doing with jewelry is you are helping people build confidence. And that is something that I'm also very passionate about, is building up other people. And one of the ways that you can build up other people is through jewelry. And it's not until you really sit and think about it. Jewelry also tells stories. Think of your grandmother's jewelry. Think of heirlooms that are passed down. Think of when you are taking a family photo, when you're going to something, an event. Jewelry is something that people, they're interested in. They want to have the right pieces. And it's something that can literally transform a look like in an instant. And some people will share, oh, I don't really wear jewelry that much. And the moment you tell them, like, hey, listen, you put in these little sparkle studs and guess what's going to happen? It's going to brighten your eyes. It's going to give you a glow. And one person compliments them. Guess what happens? They feel better about themselves. Their confidence is increased. You look at yourself in the mirror multiple times a day, and guess what happens? Your serotonin actually increases. You see yourself, I think, in a reflection up to 30 times a day. And so when you're wearing jewelry, guess what happens?
That might be true, and if people compliment you, that gives you also this warm and fuzzy feeling. But she's selling costume jewelry, cheap jewelry that is being sold via a multi-level marketing business model. And I will pop up some pictures what the jewelry looks like. Sometimes they just try to replicate existing high-end jewelry, as a lot of, I would say, cheap jewelry companies do. And they also have other pieces that look more unique, I would say, and everybody can judge for themselves if they find that interesting, if they find that attractive, or if that is not their style. But in the end, you're selling jewelry. That's what it is. You're selling a dream, first and foremost, that of being a business owner, financial independence, being able to support your family, to do something for yourself, for your children. But let's not forget, this is somebody who joined Park Lane, very likely already with a big enough team, so that she was able to profit during the pandemic, where most people who joined multi-level marketing companies were desperate because they were afraid for their physical health, for their mental health, and for their financial health. And a lot of people left the MLM world afterwards because they got scarred and because they lost a lot of money and a lot of time. And now there are so many more options available, working remotely, working in a hybrid model, than were ever before. If there's anything good that came out of the pandemic, I think it is more flexibility for a lot of jobs and a lot of companies rethinking that. You will essentially not help somebody if you invite them into a multi-level marketing business model, no matter whether they sell jewelry or hair care products or face products or clothing or workout gear or health and wellness products, because most people in MLMs will lose money. Inevitably, they will lose money. Some people are able to make a profit, most people won't. According to the FTC, most people lose money when they join a product-based MLM. And that is because the business model is set up for most people to fail. A lot of people have to join to pay into a system, then the money is being funneled up to the few people at the top so that they're able to benefit, so that they're able to make a profit.
Guess what happens? You feel better about yourself. Try it. People who are in depressive states, many times it's recommended take a shower, get ready, put jewelry on. Why? Because it makes you feel better about yourself. And so the product, when I looked at the product at Park Lane, I was with a jewelry company where I wanted to love every single piece. Every single piece. I did not feel, if I didn't love every single piece, that it would not be a great opportunity for me. And what I learned was that is actually the wrong way to have a business. I needed to have a jewelry line that was super diverse. I needed to have jewelry for people who didn't want to style themselves like me. They may not like my style, and that's okay. That's what makes everybody unique. That's what makes the world go round. And so I learned through taking the product that was not something that every single piece that I loved, and taking that product and getting it in front of customers. I had so many, I let the customers guide me in the beginning, because this is pre-pandemic. I was doing in-person parties, and people would share with me, I'm so glad that you have this jewelry line, because there are so many things here that I love where I wasn't finding that previously. So I let the customers guide that. And I was learning. I was like, this is so fascinating. This is so interesting to me. Here I was, I thought that I knew it all. And actually, I didn't know much.
And that's a smart choice. Don't sell the product that you personally love. Know you understand what audience you have to cater to. What is your potential customer? What does your potential customer look like? What is the financial range they're able to pay for? And that's a very important topic when you want to build an actual business. But she is not running her own business, her own jewelry line. She is a salesperson for Park Lane, and Park Lane comes out with the jewelry that she then has to sell. So you're not starting your own business and your own jewelry line trying to sell the jewelry that you yourself curated, created, bought because you want to combine it, because you have a certain thought process behind that in your own online boutique. She has no saying in this. There might be some appreciation pieces, as is typical in some of the MLMs as well. Yes, that you have your own line, that you have your own necklace, or that you have your own ring because you're super successful, you're heading a big team. It's a sign of appreciation and also a guaranteed income yet again for the company, because the people on that person's team will also inevitably try to purchase those products that belong to their team lead. But you're not running your own business and you're not curating the range of products. In itself, it is a smart move. Don't just try to sell to yourself over and over again, but have a certain range of products available and know your customers.
I recognize the fact, like, carrying a diverse line of jewelry is something that expands the opportunity. If people are interested in doing a business like this, they are going to be drawn to maybe different pieces that maybe I'm not drawn to. Okay, so product, I found a difference in product. Programs, if you are in Party Plan, we're in Party Plan. And guess what? There is such a knock right now on Party Plan that people don't want to have parties. You guys, people want to have parties. Parties are fun. People want to do things that are fun.
Yeah, people might want to do things that are fun and have parties, but you're not in the party planning business. Scentsy also always pretends that on their website and their distributors as well. You're in the multi-level marketing industry and not in the partying industry, but you need to throw parties to have the ability to sell the products. I mean, having this one-on-one, this personal contact to your customers is one way to sell, but that doesn't mean that you're in the partying planning industry.
People want to do things that are fun. People want to think about affiliate marketing. Think about the kickbacks that people get. You share something with a friend, and guess what? Then you get a discount. The best way to do it is to have a party, because you are able to share something with your friends, and we do this all virtually now. I mean, I will start doing some in-person parties. I do them like maybe once or twice a quarter. I used to live in that space, but I don't do that anymore because my son doesn't drive yet. My daughter is very busy. My son is very busy. I'm a mom. That is my first job. Like, I want to be there for all their things. I want to be able to take them to practices, to be at their games, to put them to bed, to be there for the conversations. And it's very important now. I've always heard, as your kids get older, like, be there for them. And I couldn't have done that previously if I were out doing the amount of parties that I used to do. I still do. I probably do more parties, but guess what? I'm here. I'm at home. I'm running it all virtually through these amazing systems that I have. And it's one of those things that the programs that we have at Park Lane are so interesting when you see how it all works in tandem with one another. Our programs, hostess program, people cannot turn down our hostess program. It's amazing. People get $400, $600, $800, $1,000 of product. It's based on the number of orders that are collected. It's not based on the retail amount of the show. It's fascinating. And we have other programs such as 2 travel trips a year. People love to travel. This year, I am taking my entire family to Paris over spring break. My children are going to Paris with Park Lane. My daughter is going to go with me to a dinner at the Eiffel Tower. I was thinking of not doing this. And my family went to Hawaii last year. We will be going to Dublin. We're earning a trip right now for St. Thomas. There are 2 travel trips a year. Not one trip for the company, 2 travel trips per year because people love traveling. We have a rewards program where people earn free jewelry every single month. You can earn up over $1,000 in free jewelry. And that is something that previous, that was an issue. People were spending a lot of money on product. Here you can earn your product. You don't have to put money back in. If you don't want to put money back in, you can earn that product. And you can host as many parties as you want.
That is the typical MLM pitch. You don't need to buy a lot of product, but you can earn points or rewards, or you can work towards purchasing more products, but you don't have to. I mean, in the end, you always have to. You have to buy your way into the company, and then you need to show up. You need to show how wonderful the products are, how much you love them. And every multi-level marketing company makes it rather easy for the distributors to spend a lot of money on their very own products, whether you're successful in the company or not. We're pitching this now as a super easy way to make money if you're a mom. That is also something we hear in every other pitch. There are lots of rewards. I have a lot of earned trips I've been on with my family, and I actually never wanted to do this business. How crazy of me. That is also typical for all MLMs. Those trips are hard to achieve though. Many times they're just for the leaders, or they're for people who were able to sell a lot of product, for people who are able to hit a certain rank. And most people in those MLMs are not able to do this. So for most distributors in the multi-level marketing sphere, they will not be able to join a lot of those trips. Also, those trips are not necessarily fully covered by the MLM. You will have to spend some stuff yourself. Either the flight is covered or the hotel. You will have to pay for certain parts of that trip. And even if the trip is fully paid for 100%, you do not spend one dime. At the end of the year, when tax season comes around, you will have to pay taxes on the value of that trip. So this is now a very typical MLM pitch. There's nothing special about Park Lane, but I do find it really, really interesting, having watched a lot of that content and having reacted to a lot of that content, how the distributors try to make their MLM and their business opportunity sound so much more exciting than other MLMs.
You as a stylist can host as many parties as you want, so you can have free product that you are earning. You're earning commission, and you can also be a hostess. You can be a hostess every single week if you'd like to be a hostess every single week. We also have a Mercedes car program. That was one of the things that I'd never really been drawn to cars. My son was very much, when I first joined, he's like, Mom, are you going to get that Mercedes soon? And so I'm proud to say I do have my Mercedes. I had my Mercedes, and that Mercedes car program, since the day that I unlocked that Mercedes car program, I have never missed a car program or car bonus month after month after month after month. It is something that keeps people active. It keeps your eye on a prize. It keeps you engaged in the business. It's incredible.
In my opinion, those car programs, whether you can earn a Mercedes in Park Lane, Fitline has a BMW. I mean, go support the German industry. I appreciate that. It would be great if somebody would also have a car program with Volkswagen. That would be really awesome. Then we have the Plexus Lexus program, also a car program from Plexus. We have Monet's ridiculous Cadillac program. Internationally, there are other cars that you can drive there. But those are programs, in my opinion, that are there to entrap the distributors to stay in the company longer, because they need to hustle and hustle and hustle to be able to receive the bonus payments for a very pricey car. And like she said it, isn't that worrisome? I was never interested in driving a Mercedes. Then why do you drive one now? Did you change your mind? Which is perfectly fine. People change their minds, but if I were to purchase a car and I'm not interested in a specific type of car, I'm not driving that car. I'm looking into cars that I want to drive. But in this case, it has to be a Mercedes, because Park Lane only gives you a bonus towards the payment of the car that is within their program, in this case, a Mercedes. Just to say the word one more time. So go ahead and purchase these. Please support the German economy. That is very much appreciated. But no, in all honesty, why would you purchase a car that has to be standardized in a certain way? Because the company tells you what kind of car you have to drive, what type, very likely what color, how old it has to be. And then the car is only being earned by those that are able to hit the higher ranks, and you need to keep that rank, or the bonus payments will stop coming in, and then you're stuck with a payment of a very, very pricey car. It's a tale as old as time. And if you are not able to afford this anymore, or if you leave the MLM, the car is in your name, you're responsible for the payment, and if you drop in rank, you're responsible for that as well. That can end up very, very pricey. It's a token. It is important within the MLM to show, look at my car. I'm really, really successful in this MLM, and it also looks good on social media, or if you talk to other people. I'm so successful, I earned this car through my business, through my job. But many times the Huns are leaving out the details. Participating in the MLM car programs is a bad decision if you don't have something on the side that will allow you to purchase a car and to finance the car on your own.
So you've got your product, you've got your programs, and then the other thing are the people. And I think it's who you surround yourself with. And this box, what the story is actually about what's in this box. And when I joined Park Lane, less than, I think it was 2.5 years. 2.5 years. I joined as a very high level in the company. That's where my experience landed me. I was a company vice president. And there were 2 other executive company vice presidents. It's like the top of the company when I joined. Never in a million years when I joined Park Lane did I think, oh my gosh, well, my goal is going to be to promote to executive company vice president. That's where I'm going to take this team. And I just did the work. I used the direct appoint program. I have sold over $563,000 worth of jewelry in 4 years. It's a lot of jewelry. I've met a lot of people. And I decided that, okay, things are happening here. We potentially could build this team into this top level of the company. And we did it quickly. We did it in 2.5 years. And that was, the company was really built, this team was built really in 2020 to 2021. That's when we had our biggest leap. That's when we went from 800,000 to 4.5 million. And we continue to grow. We are over 2,100 team members. I want to see us double that this year. I see us growing into 5,000. We're at 2,100 team members. I see us growing into 4,000, 5,000 in 2024. I see us doing 10 million in sales in a year. So I see happening because that's the trajectory that we're on.
Is it though? Because at the moment, multi-level marketing companies are not doing well, and they were able to recruit a lot of people and to do really, really well over the course of the pandemic when people were really, really nervous about their financial future. And that is when MLMs took advantage of those people. That is not the case anymore. The pandemic or the effects of the pandemic have led to more jobs being available to people and also to more people being burned by MLMs because they believed it would be an actual business and an actual business opportunity that could provide, that could substitute an income, or that could be a side hustle, because a lot of people were laid off. But those people will very likely not join MLMs anymore, and the word is out even more. There's a lot of content available, including what I do on this channel, where I warn people about the potential dangers of multi-level marketing companies. So her joining 4 years ago, already with an existing, I would assume, big team from another MLM to Park Lane, is not the same as somebody joining today. Park Lane has been on the market forever. That means the market is very likely saturated. That is why they're also so eager to aim at other leaders who join with big teams. But still, you're not able to compare somebody joining 4 years ago with a big team being able to benefit off of the pandemic, growing in sales because you have more people who are joining you. People don't just buy a ton of jewelry during the pandemic, but they were looking for an actual business opportunity. So you're selling to your own team because that's how you benefit and how you further your business. You are not going to be in the same spot she was 4 years ago, or 2 years or 2.5 years into her joining Park Lane, and you won't be able to follow that career route. Those people have a different setup when they join an MLM that has been on the market, when they already have a big enough team, when they're already knowing what they're doing, when they're able to rank up very quickly because they already have a lot of people on their team. And then in addition, they're also able to benefit off of the pandemic. A lot of the big multi-level marketing companies are struggling and the paychecks are down. And I would say that Park Lane is very likely no different there, because a lot of people have been burned by MLMs and are aware that multi-level marketing companies are not the promised land and that you should be careful. There are still lots of smaller MLMs that pop up here or there, because that is many times how the people are able to make money. Join early with a big enough team, try to build a big enough team, rise in the ranks rather quickly. But the already established MLMs, they can feel that because a lot of their distributors have left or are leaving. The success those people were able to have during the pandemic is something that is very much not replicable. I don't think that is possible. You cannot duplicate what happened over the course of those years. That was a horrible exception and a horrible experience for most people worldwide. Business-wise, for multi-level marketing companies, it was like paradise because a lot of people joined. Those people, for the most part, have left now. I wouldn't want to be fooled, and I wouldn't want to get fooled by this pitch because it is not a depiction of reality, in my opinion.
So we promoted to this level in the company, top level, and
we didn't promote to the top level of the company. The team didn't benefit from that. She did, because she was the leader. Always the top person is the one who's benefiting the most, not the team. Most people on her team very likely lose money.
I didn't think, that wasn't even on my radar when I joined Parkland. I just wanted to see how the product worked. Like, was direct sales over? Were parties really going to still take place anymore? Did I like this jewelry? Could I do this still? Was this something I was drawn to? And what I found very quickly in those first 30 days, I was far from being finished. I basically was getting started. It was like the warm-up had been the first 8 years. It had taught me so much. I'm so grateful for that experience. And I'm super grateful that my friends knew, like, Sally, you're really great at this. You're really great at this. You could really, really, really help more people. So we had our Sparkle convention last week, and Sparkle convention is the company convention, and we have categories. So you can, your team categories, personal sales, personal recruiting, team sales, and within these sales, within these categories, the team, the Lighthouse team that I lead, it was astounding to watch this team crush these categories. It was topper, category. And it was amazing. And I sat there and I was actually on Zoom watching with my team, and I thought to myself, wow, you guys, many times it's the people you surround yourself with and the talent we have on this team. Through our Direct Appoint program, I have leaders that have joined this team that have so much more experience than I have, and people who have no experience and who are, there's a girl on my team who joined with literally very little experience. She promoted to sales vice president. It's an executive level position, sales vice president. Coming in, like, I think she had been in another party plan business with a nail company and maybe made $300. She's now making 6 figures. And it's just, the stories could go on and on and on. We have people who work full-time, people who work part-time, people who have never done direct sales, people who were leading teams of 25,000 people in direct sales. It's fascinating. And it's such a humbling experience. And I just go back to, it's one of my favorite stories to tell, because it was a story that could have gone a very, very, very different way. And so when we had our Sparkle convention, there are categories for every single level in the business. I don't know if level's the right word. But anywho, executive company vice president, where we just promoted 2.5 years ago. Or promoted 2.5 years in. I guess a year and a half ago we promoted to executive company vice president. I don't know. Somewhere around there. In here. The team is the #1 executive company vice president team in the world. And so this one's special because it's just special. And it's for the team. It's for the Lighthouse. It's the light. And we are growing. We are here to help other people, whatever it may be. It could be that you have bills you need to pay. It could be that you need an extra couple $100s a month. It could be that you want to help your child with tutoring. It could be that you have extracurricular activities. It could be that you have college to pay for, that you have a wedding to pay for. It could be anything. It could be medical bills that you have to pay for. It could simply be because you know there's more inside of you that needs a space where you can unleash something that you've always dreamed of doing. And you need to have the right people around you to help lift you, coach you up, guide you up. We're here. That's what we're doing. And it's not slowing down anytime soon. You see all this behind me? Tomorrow night, so Park Lane has launched a new collection, and when I speak of product, this is truly the best product. This is the best line that we've had in 4 years, and it is incredible. It is called the Secret Garden Collection, and we're basically a company within a company. Park Lane provides us with all the programs. They provide us with the product. We don't have rules. We can run this how we want to run it. So we have a beautiful, beautiful event where the team is launching this collection tomorrow night. You're going to see behind me, that's the backdrop. You're going to see, it's very romantic, secret garden. Think about it like, and I love the fact, trending satin bows. Satin bows are trending. It's so romantic. It's so whimsical. It's floral. It's nature inspired. It's vintage aesthetic, bold gold, layered necklaces. I mean, it's incredible. And tomorrow night, we have a private event. It's called Love Blooms, and it's our secret garden.
Yeah, that's great, but it's not your secret garden collection. She and her team don't have any rules. There is a compensation plan for Park Lane. You have to follow those rules. You need to be able to sell a certain amount of product to get a certain amount of commission, have a certain amount of people on your team to be able to get bonus payments, to be able to rise in the ranks, and to be able to stay in those ranks. You follow Park Lane's compensation plan and Park Lane's rules. You don't set your own rules because you're not running a company within a company. And also all this speech before, it sounds so great because this is an important pitch on her IG in this case, trying to pitch this business opportunity to others. But from what she has told us, I think we can clearly see that it's not an even playing field. She has 12 years experience in MLMs. She has been able to recruit a big team before she joined Park Lane. And then she was able to recruit more people. She was able to benefit of the pandemic, pretending that other people also could run their own businesses while there were scary economical times out there. And she has a lot of advantages other people don't have. Her team is not winning. Yes, she might have a big team with thousands of people, and that is why she also has a certain amount of people on her team who are also able to hit the higher ranks so that she is able to keep the higher ranks. They're able to sell a good amount of product, all of that, but I would bet that most people on her team are also not making a lot of money, as is true for all MLMs. Most of the people on her team, they don't promote to the top rank of the company, and they're not able to sell hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime in Park Lane. That is something that is reserved for the top people because that is how the business model is set up.
And if you are not a member of that private event, please message me. I would love, love, love for you to be a fly on the wall. I'd love for you to take a peek. I'd love for you to see like how we do a mega party. Something that I had never done ever before at my previous company. And actually when I first joined and I heard about a mega party, I was like, I don't know that that's gonna work. I think we could be wasting our time. And now it's one of like my greatest things that I love to do. I get to pour in this vision. I have an amazing, amazing girl on my team, Jennifer Brown, who has been in marketing for 20 years. She wrote our script. She worked on graphics. I mean, it is a whole collaboration of these brilliant minds. Proofreaders on the team, people who are making bundles. I mean, it's amazing. It's incredible. And it's basically like putting on this full-fledged event. And we have the most beautiful giveaways. When I thought about giveaways for this event, I was in Sephora smelling all of these romantic, if you look at so then you've got Love Shack Fancy, who has beautiful floral perfumes right now. You've got Gucci, you've got Dior. And so we ended up going with the Dior perfume. I love it. And we're going to do fresh flowers. We've got jewelry giveaways. It's just amazing. And it's fun. It's so fun. And it'll connect people all over the United States of America. We're actually in 15 countries. Park Lane's in 15 countries. Oh, and this is worldwide. #1 executive company, vice president team worldwide, not just the United States. So that's super fun too. But please, if you are interested in joining that event, you just want to see like, okay, she's talking all this stuff. How can I get a peek at this? Just message me. I'll send you a link. You're going to join. Oh my gosh, you guys, they're so fun. And we don't have to be on. Do you see that? Like, look at that back there. I'm actually going to keep it up. I think I'm going to keep it up. Do you think I should keep it up? I think I should totally keep it up. And so if you're watching, well, first of all, if you're watching and you're live, please hashtag live. Because, you know, I have to beat these algorithms over here. I'm going to open this up. I don't even know what this is. Looks like there's jewelry prizes with mine. We received so much free jewelry at Park Lane, I never know what we're getting. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, so let's look. Let's unbox here. Let's see what this is. Look at this sparkle. Oh, this is very, very on trend. Look at that. Did you see that up there? So pretty. Okay, love that. I don't know the name of it. It's exciting. I didn't even know I was going to have jewelry unboxed. Oh, this is so cute. This is going to be very blingy. Oh, this is beautiful. I think maybe this is, I don't know. If somebody's watching and you know the name, please let me know. Oh, this is gorgeous, you guys. Look at that. It's like an oversized tennis bracelet necklace, and it is on a pulley. Oh, this is fab. So you can adjust the length of this. Yeah. I'm going to be wearing this later today. Woo! I hope I see this one in the line. I like that. Taylor Scott, if you're watching, I love that necklace. Let's do it. Oh, these are great. These are beauties. Oh, wow. Look at these. I love the size of these hoops. Look at those, and they're encrusted with all these beautiful CZs. The stones that Park Lane uses, they have the most amazing partners they've been in the jewelry business for 68 years. They don't play around. Oh, those are gorgeous. Okay, love those. All right, so anywho, to my team, you guys watching, so proud of us. So proud of your courage. I'm so proud of your commitment. I'm so proud of the friendships that you've made, the collaboration with one another. You know we're better together. You carry the light. You carry the light, my friends. We have a lot of light to carry in 2024. And it's all through these beautiful little boxes. They touch people. And it's amazing. So I'm super grateful. Okay. Cheers, you guys. Super proud. If you want an invitation to our party tomorrow night, our Secret Garden Love Blooms mega party, I will be doing the live with my friend Michelle Beckett. We're super fun together, and we'd love to have you. Okay, that's it. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. So the super secret event is an event you can just message her about. Then it's not super secret because that is how MLMs work. You cannot keep anything secret, and you need to invite a lot of people. This live was titled My Favorite Story to Tell. How I became successful in Park Lane, I would say, and how you can become successful as well. She has allegedly thousands of people on her team. How many people on that team are even able to make a profit? How many people on that team are able to break even and don't end up in debt? That is the truly interesting question I would like to know. So let's not get fooled by Park Lane pitches. It's a no for me, Park Lane. Most people in MLMs lose money, whether that is Park Lane selling jewelry, Monat selling hair care and skincare products, LuLaRoe selling clothing. In the end, they're all doing the same. They're just selling a dream, and the products are a side effect. That's what it is. What always amazes me on these calls, whether it is team calls or opportunity calls or Instagram lives, is the cultiness always comes through. If you look at this from an outsider's perspective, if you're not involved in the company, if you're not involved in all of the hype, the cultiness always comes through. In the end, this is a business pitch. You're not shining a light. You're there to recruit people into the company and to sell them the products. That is it, but it all needs to be wrapped up in these wonderful bows she pointed out on the wall behind her, and you need to make it sound so much better than it is. So let's not join Park Lane. That is what I take away from this. I hope you did like this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. Comment, whatever you want to let me know. Feel free to that in the comment section down below. If you like these types of videos, then please consider subscribing. And if you like this specific one, then hopefully I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers!